Jessii Vee, and as you can see today I am matching the flowers. I'm a talking flower too. I always try and match the vibe of my backdrop if I can. Okay, so I am so excited for today's video. I am so intrigued doing research for this sort of topic. Today I'm going to be telling you two very true, unsettling, creepy stories from history about unsolved mysteries and crimes. The very first story is called The Woman in the Elm Tree, and guys, it is so shocking. You are not ready for what I'm about to tell you. Before I get started though, I just want to mention that today's video is kindly sponsored by the app called June's Journey. And let me just tell you, this is the perfect partnership because I know you guys are gonna love this game. June's Journey is a hidden object mystery game that is set in the 1920s. In the game, you follow the story of June Parker, who returns to her home on Orchid Island after the murder of her sister and brother-in-law. So she's trying to solve the mystery of what really happened to them. Now, since you clicked on this video, I know that you guys love mysteries. And in this game, there's this diverse cast of characters. You're able to find clues. The storyline is so gripping. And like I said, your goal is to help the main protagonist, June Parker, in a quest to solve the murder of her sister. Now, what I love about this game is that it's relaxing, but it's also really challenging. So it constantly keeps you interested because it helps put your sense of observation to the test. And I'm constantly wanting to find out what's gonna happen next because you feel so immersed in this world with June and you want to get to the bottom of what happened. So you can download this game on mobile devices for free. It's available on Android, iOS. So if you guys are ready to delve into a world of mystery, definitely click the link in my description to download the game. And I know you guys will love this game because you love the kind of content that I make on this channel. And if any of you guys watching right now are currently playing this game, please comment down below what chapter you're on. But just make sure not to post any spoilers. Alright guys, so let's get into our first true story. This is about the woman in the elm tree. In 1943, 4 teenage boys found a woman stuffed in a tree in the Hagley Woods in England. This was during World War II, and food rations were really tight. So these boys had been out hunting in the hopes of being able to feed their really hungry families. One of the boys climbed a witch elm, which was actually named for its spooky appearance, and he was hoping to find a bird's nest in the tree for its eggs, but instead he discovered something much more sinister. A skeleton was in the very center of the tree, and at first they thought maybe it was an animal, but upon further inspection they saw there was actually still long hair coming down from the skull, so they knew right away that it was human. So of course they immediately contacted the authorities, and Hagley Woods quickly transformed from a quiet forest to an active crime scene. Now, the medical examiner estimated her to be about 35 years old and only 5 feet tall. And there were still rags of clothing on her, and it looked like she was wearing a blue striped wool cardigan, a light blue belt, a zippered skirt, blue shoes, and she was also wearing a mock wedding ring. And the strangest thing is that one of her hands were missing and the finger bones were just scattered around the tree. And they also had absolutely no idea how long she had been in there. The police began contacting every local dentist hoping to find dental records that matched the body. They also dug through a ton of missing persons reports, but they couldn't find anything about who this woman was. It was just absolutely baffling, and this mysterious case went cold for about 6 months until this very strange graffiti began appearing near the tree. The first was written in chalk and it said, "Who put Lubella down the witch elm?" And so this led investigators to name this mystery woman Bella. Soon after, more and more chalk writing began to appear, and the police weren't sure if it was clues or taunts or practical jokes. The second message they saw said Hagley Wood Bella, and then the last message was, "Who put Bella in the witch elm?" So they had no idea who was writing these things. Was it the killer or was it a joke? One theory that a philosophy professor named Margaret Murray came up with is that she was captured by witches so they could perform a ritual called Hand of Glory. Now, Hand of Glory is very disturbing. It is when the hand of a person who has perished is used for supernatural purposes. Now, before this crime occurred, there had been rumors in the community about about witches in Hagley Wood, but police could find no evidence that linked this woman's remains to her theory. Then years later, there was this other theory that this woman could have been a cabaret singer named Clara Burley, who apparently used to perform in Germany and England, and she vanished without a trace in 1941, and she would have been around 35 at that time, the same age as the woman in the elm tree. What's really odd is that they couldn't find any film credits or documents of concert appearances, but in the end this theory was out to rest as long-lost German records indicated that Clara had perished in Germany in 1942, so she in fact was not the woman who was in the tree. Modern day police really want to solve the mystery that took place in Hagley Wood over 7 decades ago using DNA, but there is one problem. Her remains are now missing. Her skeleton just vanished from the medical school and no one has been able to find it since. And there has actually been some more recent graffiti in this case. Apparently in 1999, an obelisk on the Hagley Hall estate was defaced with the age-old question, who put Bella in the witch elm? And apparently the obelisk is now surrounded by barbed wire fencing, and the owner of Hagley Hall, named Lord Cobham, has said the only reason he hasn't removed the graffiti is his fear that the process would ruin the fragile obelisk. And then in 2016, someone hung a cardboard sign on the fencing surrounding the Hagley Wood, and it's doubtful that the person who made this sign has any further information about the case, but the incident does serve as a reminder that Bella will likely always be remembered. It's just such a sad case, but also really intriguing, and they never found out who this woman really was, what actually happened to her, how long she had been there, or what her real name is. The police are just calling her Bella because the graffiti spoke of her that way. And then the second story is about the Mary Celeste ghost ship. Now, I have mentioned this briefly on my channel before, but I've never gone in depth about it. The Mary Celeste departed New York City on November 5th of 1872, and the ship was headed for Italy and had 10 people on board. So there was Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, his daughter, and his 7 crew members. What's strange is that a month later, their boat was spotted drifting near Portugal. People were really alarmed to see this, so they went on board and found that the ship was completely empty. It was just sailing along on its own with no crew, no captain, no daughter, no wife. And usually when people abandon their ship, it's because there was a problem, because it was sinking, because they were attacked. But when they found the ship, it was in almost perfect condition. And they looked at the captain's logs and there was no issues written on there either. So where had everyone gone and why? Now, the Briggs family and the crew have never to this day been found. And an interesting clue is that the lifeboat was actually missing. But like I said, they don't know what spooked them enough to do that, especially in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And Captain Briggs and his wife actually had a son who lived in New York. So if for some reason they survived and made it to shore, they definitely would have informed him. Many theories of what transpired have been proposed over the years, ranging from sea monsters to pirates, but after more investigations, it really didn't seem like any foul play was involved. One of the most popular theories was that the ship may have encountered a waterspout, because while the ship wasn't sinking, there was a low level of water on board. Some waterspouts are essentially terrifying tornadoes on water, and encountering a waterspout could have caused the water on board the ship. And due to a malfunctioning pump, Captain Briggs could have thought the ship was taking on water much faster than it actually was, and maybe everyone just wanted to get off the ship before they thought it was gonna sink. Even this theory has some holes in it, and to this day, no one can be sure what happened to those 10 people on board the ship. But people who knew this captain knew him to be very brave. He wasn't afraid of anything. So for him to be spooked enough to get off his ship, it must have been really, really bad. And yeah, those are the 2 mysteries that I wanted to tell you guys today. And before I end this video, I just want to remind you that because you love mysteries so much, which is why you're subscribed to me, definitely check out the June's Journey app. I have linked it down below to download for free. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you want me to do more unsolved mysteries. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.